Hi, welcome. You feel it? Do you feel my excitement for this? This video is going to be the full review, looks and whatsoever, all about the complete ColourPop New Moon collection. Last year we had the OG Twilight collection. It was one of the best launches in all 2024, and this year we have New Moon, and honestly I want ColourPop to bring out a new collection every year. So this collection comes with the of course eyeshadow palettes. Then this time we have 2 lip kits. We have 1 ultra glossy lip, we have 3 shadow sticks, and we have 2 Super Shock eyeshadows. So no cheek products this time. And then we also have the Soul Body Oil, this time in a golden version. I don't know where or how to use this, so let me know down below if you have any idea where I can use this. I'm not somebody who's using body oils or shimmery oils, so just to let you know, I have the one from last year still, and I try to use this in my hair for a shimmery effect, but it's too heavy for the hair, so that does not work. But if you have tips, let me know. Otherwise, I will probably just give this away through Instagram at some point. In this video, you will get this time not 2 looks, you won't get 3 looks, you will get 5 looks with all of these products. This, what I'm wearing right now, by the way, is look number 3, so be excited. Let's start with the lip products. We have 2 lip kits that both have a matte lipstick, the Power Pout, and then a lippy pencil, and the first one is Bella, Where the Hell Have You Been, Loca? The name is so cheesy. And the shades are really pretty. So the lippy pencil comes in the shade Hello Biceps. It is a nice, it is a neutral brown with a hint of warmth. And then we have the Power Pout lipstick in the shade Jake. That is slightly lighter, a little bit more rosy, and I would say this is a dark rosewood color. Really like it. I have already worn this, so I know how this looks and I know how much I like it. Then we have the You Can't Trust Vampires duo. This comes with the lippy pencil in Vampire Laws, which is this one here. It's much more mauvey purple than I expected it to be. I thought this is way more red. But the lipstick we have here, also Power Pout, is the shade Vampire Royalty. And this is a red. So I haven't worn this yet when I'm filming this intro, so I'm really curious how these will look together on the lips. But honestly, I can totally imagine this slightly blended into the lips and then the lipstick in the center. Probably gorgeous. And then we have the ultra glossy lip. I'm wearing it right now. Let me tell you, it's incredibly hard to capture this because this is like a see-through gloss mainly, but in certain lighting, this reflects in a metallic red. I like it, and I will say it in the look too. It feels a lot like the Isabella Lip Lacks, which is a good sign because I like them, aside from one shade. Then we have the Super Shock shadows. One is called We Won't Bite, and it's a black and gold. Remember, we are looking for a black and gold right now. I will insert the swatches in a second here because I have them in a separate picture. And then we have the other one, the Volturi, that looks exactly like that one mineralized baked shadow that MAC had years ago. Here it is. Oh, this is so pretty. Here are the swatches of both of these. To be honest, I like the gold one much more than I expected it to like, because I thought it's more shimmery golden, but because both of these have this black base, I really like it. Then we have the shadow sticks. They all look basically the same packaging wise, very pretty. And the shades that we have are Wolf Girl. Wolf Girl is goldy, but it shifts green, and I swatch it on my arm and I try to show you the shift maybe here a bit better, because in the photo that I have made, it's barely visible. So maybe here in the video it does something. But I will also give you a flash video in a second. So just be patient. Then we have the shade It's Always Been Him. This is definitely more greeny turquoise with a gold hint. It's a very, very pretty shade. I've worn all of these so far in the looks that I've done. And then the last one is the shade Vampire Girl. And this shifts coppery red to green. You can see it a little bit here in the video, but here are the swatches on the still photo that I have done. I like these. Honestly, I've never tried these shadow sticks, so I had no expectations going in there. So far, I've mainly used them for liner and a little bit on the inner lid part. But again, I'm not done already, or I'm not fully done with all of the looks. And now, I think the most exciting part, the eyeshadow palette. I, just like with the Twilight palette, will keep the outer sleeve. So I will not throw this away. I still have the OG one in that sleeve in my shelf. And now let's take a look inside of this. It is pretty. It captures the vibe, the essence, the color grading of the New Moon movie so freaking good. And not only that, it's also the shade names. When we talked about this in the You Don't Need That Shit, I already started crying over the shade October, November, December. I wish we had maybe a shade in here that's called Chair on the Window, or just The Chair or something, or Nightmares. That would be very, very fitting too, but everything in here, every single shade name is fitting to the color that is reflecting here. I absolutely adore this, and I can already tell you I have used now, I think, nearly every single shade in here. So far, I think I haven't touched October, November, December. The rest I already used in 3 looks, and there is not a single shade in here that I do not like. Which is surprising because I'm not a fan of mustardy yellows, but this does it for me. The swatches, as you can tell here, of course, are also very, very promising. They look very, very nice. And I mean, it is obvious, but here is also a comparison picture of the OG Twilight and the New Moon palette. I mean, they have completely different vibes, so I don't know if this is really necessary to argue about, but if you have one and you want to have the other, you will definitely not get any like dupes or repeat colors. But I think I rambled enough. I talked enough about these. I would say let's head into the 5 looks of this video and then my final thoughts on this whole collection. Let's start with You're Sorta Beautiful. And I used this in the crease and also blended up into the transition area. Next up, I tap into Your Everything, and I use this to deepen outer V and crease. And now go into Senior Year. I use this here on the outer blend for a better diffused look and a little bit of sunny warmth in there. Personally, I'm very careful with shades like this that are so mustardy because they, on my skin tone, can look very quick like a bruise. This one is fine, but I also went in with a very, very light hand. It's just a tint. I applied my glitter glue and now I go into the shade Face Punch. And that one I apply on the outer half of my lid. I just learned that the pens are magnetic. What the fuck? And I just checked because I do have one of those little magnetic pencils here, and they are magnetic, so you can take them out and put them back in. And the other Twilight palette is also magnetic. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, did I ever read about this, that these are magnetic? Is every ColourPop palette magnetic? But now I go into the shade Adrenaline, and that one I apply here on the rest of the lid. Carefully, because this is one of the pressed glitters. And where both of the shades meet, I don't take any more glitter or so. I just start to tap on that line so that the glitter kind of fades out and pixels out into the shimmer here. For the waterline, I will be using one of the shadow sticks, and honestly, I'm not really sure anymore in what kind of a shift they all are, because when I filmed this, I haven't filmed the swatches, so this is a little bit of a blind guess, but I will take the shade, what was it called? Wolf Girl. It looks like it shifts golden greeny warm, and I think that could match the vibe, and I used this on my waterline actually. Oh, I was very right. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I also smudge it a little bit here on, because I later, in a second, will blend it out. So I tap into your everything and smudge that out here. I now tap into senior year and use this to smoke it out. For the inner corner highlight, I go into mood control and surprisingly apply this on my inner corner. And here we now have the first finished look. Oh, I forgot the brow bone highlight. Okay, 1 second. I will be using, yeah, I use mood control for that too. So I picked some up and now I just swipe it on and then I wiggle it out. So like that. Doesn't matter if it touches the brows, it's fine. On the lips, I'm wearing actually not one of the lip kits from this collection. I'm wearing the iconic nude lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury and the Chanel Rouge Coco Flash in the shade 54 Boy. This was 1 out of 5, so let's move on. So I start with Marry Me, and I use this as transition color. And I then go into You're Sorta Beautiful, and I use this here on the outer lid and also in the crease. I now tap into So Less Monster, and that one goes on the outer half of my lid. And I take the shadow stick in It's Always Been Him, and that one I apply here on the rest of my lid. And here on that line, I just tap it out. I also take that shadow stick to line the waterline, and then I go into You're Sorta Beautiful and smudge it out. I now tap into Alice, and I use this as inner corner highlight. And before we finish the look for this one, I will be using the nude combo. This is the Bella, where the hell have you been, Loca? Oh god, this just sentence is so cringe. And it comes with the Power Pout Transfer Proof 8-hour lipstick and a lippy pencil, and the shades are Jake and Hello Biceps. I have never tried the lippy pencils, to be honest, and I always wanted to have the full set, like the full range, ColourPop. Do you have the full range? Give it to me. This is what it looks like. Very, very pretty. So let's just line the lips with that. It's a pretty color. It's a really pretty color. And now the matching lipstick. They smell fruity. Are they supposed to smell fruity? That is a very pretty lip combo. Honestly, I like that. And I like the lip liner. So, adding to my wish list for this year's Black Friday sale from ColourPop, I will grab some of their sets with these lip liners. They're really good. The lipstick is still drying down, so I feel how it turns from this more like balmy feeling to something like not liquid lipstick like, but I feel that it gets a tad bit tighter, but I don't feel uncomfortable with that. Here we have now the finished second look. Honestly, I had to pull up a picture of the first look that I did in my timeline. It was before the weekend, and I was unsure if it's really that different, but it is. Because of the different green tints, it's quite warm and kind of forest inspired, and this is a type of green, honestly, that I really like, also in the shadow sticks, so I'm very happy with that. But now let's head over to number 3. The next 2 looks will definitely be red inspired, because I want to focus here first on the reds of the palette, and then in the next look I want to use the Volturi Super Shock shadow, which is a reddish black, but I want to use them like apart from each other. Plus, we have a red shifty shadow stick in the shade Vampire Girl, so that will be probably liner today, but we will see where this is going. But first of all, what should I start with? I want to do, what do I want to do? I want to do something special. I feel like the most versatile blending shade in the whole palette is You're Sort of Beautiful, so let me let me go into this once again. I think this is now number 3. I used this with every single look so far, but I take this and apply this in the crease and transition area. Now I tap into Paper Cut, and I start to apply this in the crease, and then I blend this inwards. And whatever is left, I slightly flick outwards. But the main concentration should be here in this inner crease part. And then I go into Soul Reader, which is the plain black. And that one I blend here on the outer lashes, bring it upwards and into the crease. Glitter glue is down. I now go into Bloodsuckers. And I start to tap this on the outer half of my lid. So I'm covering a lot of the black here, but I'm also tapping a little bit inwards. And then I go into Trade Secrets. And that one I use to fill in the rest of the lid. And I then take the brush that I used the black with, and I just blend along these shimmery edges a bit. No additional product, just blending. So for the lower lash line, I'm taking the shadow sticks in Vampire Girl. And this, if I remember correctly, shifts brownie red and a tad bit green. And I applied quite a high amount because I will blend it out in a second. So I take Paper Cut, and now I just smudge this across the lower lash line. And blend also out anything that is from Vampire Girl on the skin. I feel like for inner corner highlight, neither Mood Control nor Alice do match here. So I will take Adrenaline and place this here on the inner corner. So we have 2 lip kits or 2 lip products still missing from that collection. One being the You Can't Trust Vampires duo with the Vampire Royalty lipstick and Vampire Lost lippy pencil. But there's also a, what are they exactly called? Ultra Glossy Lip. And that is called Runs with Vampires. Runs with Vampires. And if I remember it correctly, this is red. Ooh, it's shimmery red, but I wouldn't call this red. This is more, oh my god, this is chromy. It's like brick red, but in certain lighting it is dark red. I have never tried the ultra glossy lips, so this is also a new one today. They smell like vanilla, very vanilla-y. So no lip liner whatsoever, just this one on. Honestly, they remind me a lot of the Isamaya lip lacks formula-wise. Very, very similar from the feeling on. The finish here is very, very interesting because for the main part, it looks like a little bit of a more cleaned up version of my lip color. But then in certain lighting, I can see the red shimmer metallic reflect. So honestly, that is quite nice, but I already saw that when there was a little bit too much, it started to go into my lip lines. And it feels a bit heavy, so maybe something to let you know. And here we have now the finished look, and yeah, I start to love this more and more and more. So let's head over to, I assume will be my favorite look of this video. I'm back. Well, for you, I was never gone, but for me, I had to pause filming for a whole week because I got super sick. And that's why this video is a week later than it was actually planned. Not that you'd care at the point mid-video, but I just wanted to say that. And my voice is still a bit weird. But 2 looks to go. So for number 4, we're starting with the Super Shock in the shade Volturi. And I use this as base basically all over my lid. Very, very sloppy, and then I very sloppy blend it into the crease. It can look very messy because I will be going in with a palette, of course, too. I go into Paper Cut, and I use this now directly in the crease. And I'm also bringing it towards the brow to just blend out the Super Shock shadow. And then I take a clean brush and I go over the edges, just all around that eye look. No additional product, nothing. I then take one of those flat brushes, go into Soul Reader, and use this on my lash line. The whole look is very different to what I do usually. I go into Bloodsuckers now, without any glitter glue or so. And I tap this here in the center. And then I just sloppy keep on tapping it left and right, just to intensify a red tint. I feel like this look screams for the Vampire Girl stick again, although it shifts more green than like red in my opinion, but I think it might give a nice contrast. So I use this on the waterline. And then I take the Volturi Super Shock and I use this to smudge this across my lower lash line. I then go back into Paper Cut, use this slightly underneath for a little softer blend here. And I also tap into Bloodsucker again. And I use this on the inner part here. I just dab it on and smudge it out. For the inner corner highlight, I will be doing a little bit of a different vibe. I go into the other Super Shock. This is called We Won't Bite. And when you smudge all of the shades together, you saw in the swatches in the beginning, it is a blackened gold, not as shiny and shimmery as that one special shade from Haggard, but this has a mainly gold with a little bit of a black, more olive base. But I use here the outside where it's more gold than the other shade. And I tap this here on my inner corner. And then I just very slightly also blended it into the reds. And for this look, of course, the You Can't Trust Vampires Lip Glue is very, very matching with this red or brownie reddish lip pencil and that very, very nice red lipstick. So the pencil is in the shade Vampire Royalty. But let me apply a little bit of lip balm. My lips are super dry and I again have one of these patches here on the lips. So I definitely won't wear this lip all day today. So I applied it now and shaded it in a little bit. Honestly, I like these lip liners so much that in the time when I was now sick the past week, my timeline, the nude vault of this, I don't even know how many are in there, came back in stock on the ColourPop website and I immediately got it because I love this formulation. I love them much more than I do like the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. And I don't want to compare them to MAC because MAC has just a very different formulation, I think. But now the lipstick, and the lipstick is called Vampire Loss. Oh no, it's the other way around. The lippy pencil is called Vampire Loss and the lipstick is called Vampire Royalty. So let me apply this. I will not lie to you. The lip liner is so much more purple based than the lipstick is. I think this is a bit confusing. And I know that this is very in trend with the dark lip line and then the little bit lighter lip color. I do like that when it comes to nudes, to be honest. Not sure how much I like it with this one because the lip pencil is not a dark red, it's a purple. But here we are with the finished look, and just imagine this look with black hair. I think that would slay even more. Very pretty. I like this. So far my favorite, to be honest. but I mean, it's a red eyeshadow look, so of course it's my favorite. But now let's head over to the last look of this video. We have a couple shades missing here that I haven't touched yet, like October, November, December, and Wolfpack. I think these are the only two that I haven't included in a look yet, but we will do today. And I kind of avoided October, November, December. First of all, because it makes me tear up all the time, and because while I do like the placement, I do feel it's a tad bit misplaced too, because this is more cool toned compared to the rest. So I try to incorporate this in a good way. I'm starting with the shade Marry Me, and I use this in my crease and transition area. Then I go into October, November, December, and I use this here on the outer lid part and also in the crease. To my surprise, I do like the combo. It's like it's neutralizing each other, because one is very, very warm, then the other one is more cool toned, and put together they neutralize each other and look pretty. I now go into We Won't Bite, that rusty olivey golden super shock, and I use this all over my lid. Honestly, I am really, really surprised how much I like this super shock. I thought from the swatches on the website and in the promos that this might not be a fave, but honestly, the way these mixes, the undertones, and the final effect on the eyes is just so, so good. Now I go into Wolfpack, and I use this here on the inner part of my lid to just top it off. And then I decided to apply this also all over my lid, just as a topping shade. This is a very interesting shade. I thought this is much more browny, like fiery warm, but actually this has rainbow colored holographic specks in it. And I hope you can tell the difference between this and this eye, and it gives a really beautiful effect. With a glitter glue underneath, I probably would use this as an opaque layer, but I do like it as topper here in this look. I also went back into October, November, December, and I now just reapply it in the crease for a more intense dark crease. And I also tap back into Marry Me to intensify that outer blend and have it better diffused. For the liner, I take the shadow stick in Wolf Girl. I like these shadow sticks. Oh boy, I do really like them. And I apply this as my liner shade here, and I also smudge it on the skin here a bit. I now go into October, November, December, and smudge this across my lower lash line and smudge out the shadow sticks with that. And of course I also go into Marry Me and smudge this underneath and a bit on top. For the inner corner highlight, I go into Mood Control and tab it on. You did it. Here we have the last finished look, and on the lips, I'm wearing the nude lip combo again, so the Hello Biceps lip liner with the Jake lipstick, but I filmed it for my lip series, so that's why it's not in the video, and you already saw the application of these. Let's start right away with the review of the lip products. I am fairly surprised by these. First of all, I think when we think about the lip products in this collection, for me, everything was like new. I haven't tried anything lip-wise from ColourPop, to be honest, aside from the lip oils that were included in last year's collection. So for me, it was a whole premiere. And these lip pencils, I love them so much that when I got the info that the nude set, the nude lip liner set was back in stock, I immediately purchased it, and right now I'm waiting for the package to arrive. I love this formulation so much, and honestly, I will keep on using these lip liners, of course, throughout the year, but I sense a potential new favorite lip liner formulation because they are just that good, and I'm truly blown away why nobody is really talking about these. Like, I hear every now and then someone saying like, oh yeah, the lip pencils from Colourpop, they're pretty decent, but no one is really raving about them, and I don't understand why, because they're the girl. They are that lip liner. I am very, very excited to try more shades of these and see where these will rank by the end of the year. The lipsticks are a very, very interesting formulation because these are very, very dry. I do love the finish of these. They are very matte. They stay also very put, which is exciting. Like in the fourth look, I wore the red combo, and just as I thought I would take it off, I didn't. I wore it actually the whole day on my workplace, and I was even like commented from people like, oh, you're wearing red lip. That's not very often that we see that. And I like the way they wear off. I like the way they look. I do not like the way so much how they feel on the lips. So I think they feel a lot like the very, very old MAC matte lipstick formulation, where once it starts to dry on your lips, you kind of feel like it sucked out all the moisture of your lips. It's not that intense, but it is quite dry. So I assume if you have fairly dry lips, maybe you have even a little bit of like cracked lips, these will A, look horrible, and B, will not be very comfortable for you to wear. The choice of colors, absolutely beautiful. Both sets nailed it. As said, I don't think that the lip liner from the red set, the Volturi set, is really matching because I think it's a little bit too purple. I wish that lip liner would be maybe a dark red, a cherry cola red. That would have been super, super awesome together with the red lipstick. But overall, I'm happy with the kits. That lip gloss, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know, these ultra glossy lips, I know that a lot of people like these. Maybe it's the color, maybe it's just my lip structure, the surface of my lips that makes these wear really weird, but I feel like the more you apply, the more these go into your fine lines in the lips, and then I had like streaks of lip gloss on my lips, which looked really weird. Then I feel like this is also a very heavy lip gloss, so I had the feeling like this was dripping out my lip line, like, downwards because of gravity. It was really, really weird. I have to keep on wearing this, I have to keep on testing, but so far from that one day that I used it, I reapplied it a couple times throughout the day. I was not really, really happy, but I also have to admit it was the day before I knocked myself out because I got sick, so maybe it was because of that. So I will keep on testing this, and I will keep you updated, the latest in my favorites by the end of the year, or maybe in a declutter. I don't know. The color I think is beautiful. I love the shifty effect that it is not like full on opaque metal red. It's shifting from translucent, like very shine through red to that metal finish. That one I like, but I'm not sure about the formulation. The 3 shadow sticks, surprise. I have never tried these. I know that people love these and they are just that good. I adore them. I was not really feeling it when I saw it. I was like, I don't use these, but these have such a nice size also for eyeshadow sticks that I can use them in a way that I am cool with, and that is mainly as eyeliner, waterline liner, and then smudged on the lower lash line. I honestly also see myself using these alone in an eyeshadow look, maybe with some bronzer in the crease, and you're good to go. I love the formulation. I love the way they blend out. I love how opaque they are, and I love the shifts that they came in. My favorite out of the 3 is definitely Vampire Girl because it just shifts red. Although I have to say that Wolf Girl, what I'm wearing right now, is also, it's really high up there. These Super Shock eyeshadows. Oh, I think we have a problem here because I see myself shopping now with every single sale for new shades. I love these, so I need your help. Are the other ones as good, or is it just these marble ones that are just perfect? They are so good. And I mean, let's be honest, it is no surprise that the shade the Volturi is my thing. This, first of all, this looks like that one MAC eyeshadow that I keep on rambling about, that I sadly don't have and never really got into. Sadly, I wish I had it. But honestly, and that is to all our surprise, my favorite is actually this one. This olive, I know, crazy, olive base with this intense metallic gold mixed throughout is such a beautiful, messy eyeshadow. I love it. Honestly, this is an eyeshadow that I would see myself using as a one shadow look all over the eyes, like all around, lid, crease, up to the brow, lower lash line, and all very messy and grungy kind of blended out. So like a warm grunge without the reddish tones in there, so more of an olive golden grungy look. I mean, you can achieve the grunge look with this one too, so that's not the thing here, but it's this one, this color combo, that makes it quite special, and I did not expect to like it that much. I was pretty sure that this is going to be one, like, yeah, I might declutter that, but I definitely won't. And last but not least, let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. First of all, I am surprised with some of these shades. Wolfpack, I did not expect these holographic, these rainbow sparks of glitter in there, but I love the way this looks. Adrenaline is such a beautiful rusty copper shade, also with these specks of holographic glitter, but mainly gold throughout. Absolutely adore this. Bloodsucker has a very beautiful tone of red that is not too pink, which can happen with a lot of reds. The mustardy shades up here are, to my surprise, much better than I thought. I thought they might look very off on me, but they have a nice undertone to them that makes them work with my skin tone. This last row here, I don't think we have to really talk about this because I think the shadows in here, they are just so freaking beautiful. So Less Monster with this green but also kind of dark brown shift is absolutely stunning. Trade Secret, Face Punch, they just all freaking work. The whole palette is just the essence of the mood of the New Moon movie. I think it's very clear here to say that I am very happy with the collection. I'm very happy. I personally assumed that this collection might not be my personal vibe because it is very warm, but I like that. I do like that. Maybe it is because I'm a bit fed up with all of the icy tones, with all of these desaturated dead people colors that have been everywhere right now. On the other hand, the mood of the first Twilight palette is also the essence of the first Twilight movies. So I like to look at these collections really as like capsules. This is a New Moon collection, and the purpose of this collection is to catch the vibe of the movie, and they did it once again. I absolutely love the way they did this, and I don't have anything to criticize here. So hopefully we will be getting a collection for every single movie. I really hope so, because I definitely would buy every single one of these, and as said, I will keep the palette just like the first Twilight palette in its sleeve, and it will be here in my shelf. And so far from what I have created with this palette, I see myself grabbing it again and again this year. Maybe mainly in the fall time because it is a very fall-y color story, but it's actually a pretty all over year color story. And you know me, usually I hate these mustards and olives and, you know, these swampy colors, but something in that whole collection just hit the right spot for me, because it is also in this color family of swamps. It is a question of what undertone do they have, and the undertones here in this collection are really spot on for me personally. Let me please know down below, what is your favorite item of this collection? Did you get anything, or did you get the whole collection just like me? I'm very, very curious. What was your favorite look? Personally, I think it's a tie between this one and the fourth look, so the red one. The other ones were pretty, yes, they were nice, but the fourth and this one, they are kind of special, and honestly, that comes down mainly to these Super Shocks. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out any of the other cool upcoming videos, like the review of the Dexter palette from Ruther Cosmetics that I think will be up on Friday. So thank you so much, and I see you soon.